turning process is quite simple. First, you need to assemble your raw material into the lathe with help of the headstock and the chalk. If your piece is too long, you need to do a hole in the other face of the piece so the tailstock would fit in there, and this will help the piece to stay in the right place. Then you need to choose the cutting tool that will satisfy the needs of the customer, because there's a lot of operations that you can do to the piece. There are the external, which includes the turning, facing, grooving, cutoff, thread cutting, and the internal, which are drilling, boring, ramming, and tapping. So you have to choose the right cutting tool and put it in the carriage. Already having the cutting tool and the piece assembled in the lathe, you can start cutting the piece. You can do it in a manual way, and the carriage is very precise because it has some measurements in the carriage, and you can cut and turn the piece in a very precise way. You can move the carriage in the X and in the Y axis, and in both axes you have the measurements, so the final piece would be perfect.
We used, so here we can see the different things we did to it. First we did a facing, and then we did some cuts in this section and in this section, and we did knurling to be easier to hold, and at last we cut it off.
Of the machine that we use in CIMA is GH1440ZX. And about the main characteristics, we know that the tailstock must have it has a diameter of 2.5 inches, and the turning diameter is about 3.1 inches, but it reduces a little, so we can consider a maximum of 2.5 inches. About the turning length, our piece must have a maximum of 40 inches long, and a maximum revolutions per minute for our machine is 1,800, and the minimum is 4.
So to assemble our piece, first we have to place it inside our chuck, and then using this handle, we will close the chuck until our piece holds tight to the chuck, so then the headstock will roll and our piece will roll.
Turning can be performed in a lot of materials, such as wood, plastics, and metals. And more specific, we have aluminum, brass, magnesium, nickel, steel, thermoset materials, titanium, and zinc.
These blades are headstock, chuck, here goes our part. This is the carriage that moves on the X-axis and on the Y-axis. Then we have our emergency brake down here, the bed, and our tailstock.
In terms of industry, Querétaro has been one of the most popular cities all over Mexico. So we can say that many companies are dedicated to produce some pieces that are elaborated by this kind of methods, like it is turning. So it is a really good method to produce material in good quality and also at a cheap cost. In this practice, we learn about the turning machine, that one of the advantages is that it is really precise, and one of the disadvantages is that the material that we want to cut needs to have round corners or need to be in a cylindrical way. We also know that the part that we want to cut must be less stronger than our tool that we're using to cut it. So we know that this machine is really useful for the industrial labor.
As a personal conclusion, I really like this practice because when I was watching how the turning was done, I really enjoyed it because I didn't know that a lot of products that I use in my daily life were made by this process. And me as an industrial designer, I constantly use this kind of process, and I really like performing it, and I really like the final product that I have. And I think that it's a very useful way to get some very good quality products and very quickly.
I like this practice because I learned to use the turning machine, and it is very useful, this machine. We see it a lot in the industry, and I learned the characteristics, how it works, and the main functions, and how we can do different finishes for pieces in the industry. And the only thing I didn't like is that it only moves for round pieces, so that's a bad thing.